Palantir's government side of the business is going from strength to strength to strength. And we have just learned that there's been 2 new modifications to existing contracts, bringing in even more money, even more confidence, and even more dominance in this space that we need to discuss. So we spoke on Thursday's episode, and if you haven't watched that, go and watch it after this episode if you want to make sure you're all caught up. But we spoke during that episode about how a Jefferies analyst had an interview. And during that interview, he was very, very bullish. He was optimistic for Palantir for the future, but he did make the comment that right now, they're not really investing into Palantir. They're holding off a little bit because they are finding that Palantir's valuation on the government side is just too tricky to do right now. It's too hard to value because there is just lack of visibility into this business area. So I think he made the comment that, you can't just go and talk to the CIA about Palantir's value, about the contracts that they have. We don't always find out exactly what they're doing. And this is absolutely correct. He's right. There is less visibility on the government side, there has to be, than the commercial side. I counteracted this in Thursday's episode. I don't completely agree. I do think there's lack of visibility, but I still think there's things that we can do to get that insight. And I don't think you should not invest just because of a slight lack of visibility there, my opinion. However, we've just had more contracts and more money flowing in to the government side, building that confidence, dominance, and strength. Check out this post from Eich by GoCarp that will go through all the details on the contract, but let me just quickly whiz through this and tell you the key points. So the first thing is that these are not new contracts. That's really important, but actually they're modifications to existing contracts. Why is this important? Well, new contracts are great, but modifications and renewals are equally as fantastic because it means that Palantir is being valuable enough for more money to be given to them to extend either what they're doing or the length of time that they're doing it for. So the first modification, which is spoken about here, is with the Department of the Air Force. And this is to extend the data as a service platform that they are currently providing, which is basically enabling automatic ingestion and integration of various data sources into a common place, bringing in all different data areas into one place, centralized system, to basically allow better decision making. You can see here that this was worth about $21.7 million. So it's not the biggest, we've just recently had that 480 million, which is way bigger, but it's still significant nevertheless. And here is the second one. So if you ever see this Palantir USG word, this is just telling you that it's Palantir's government side that is being given the contract or whatever it's speaking about. But this contract, modification I should say, to an existing contract is for 9.2 million. And it's to extend its existing contract with the Space Command and Control System. This extension, which you can read more about of here, will continue to provide mission critical space situational awareness and command and control capabilities. That was a mouthful. The important thing here more than anything else is that they are both the result of a sole source acquisition. This basically means that the contract was awarded to Palantir without a competitive bidding process taking place. And this approach is only really typically used when one supplier is deemed to have unique capabilities or expertise or technology needed for the contract. So they didn't even consider anyone else. They went straight to Palantir. They spoke to Palantir about money and all of that stuff. They only wanted Palantir, basically. Another important thing is that it shows the government side is still growing and it is still doing well. It's still alive, even though we sometimes hear, the commercial side revenue is doing well, but the government side is slowing down. One of these will always be going faster than the other. They're not going to match, but both are doing very well in my opinion right now. Do let me know what you think about this in the comments below. If you want to watch these episodes ad-free, get exclusive and extended content and a bunch of other perks, become an insider of the Inner Circle Vault. Link in the description.